Hello, welcome back. For those of you that are new here, my name is Kristen Lankford and I am a pre-K teacher in Florida. I normally do weekly vlogs of what we do in pre-K. Sometimes I throw in some other things like today's video where I am going to show you how we are going to attempt student-led conferences in pre-K. So I have taught kindergarten and first grade, and in both grade levels I have done successful student-led conferences at the end of the year. Last year I was unable to accomplish this task in pre-K because it was just my first year and it was crazy. But I am going to do it this year, tonight, and I think it's gonna go great. Student-led conferences sound scary, but they're actually really easy. The parents love it, and it still gets all the data across that you need to get across, just in a more fun way. It's a little more prep to get it ready, I'm not gonna lie, but it is easy once it's ready. So let me show you what I have set up and how I'm gonna run it. Okay, so here's my Hot Mess Express and my buckets. The first thing I did is I made sure that I figured out what stations I wanted, and I actually have all of this stuff. I made it myself. I have another video about regular conferences. I'll link that down below, and a lot of people were asking for the documents, so I'm going to try my best to get it uploaded before I even upload this video. So if it is uploaded, I will put the link down in the description box as well for you guys to get these resources for both regular conferences as well as student-led. Okay, so I decided on 4 stations. Sometimes I do 5, and I'm kind of regretting that I didn't do 5 because my groups that I allow people to come in, I'll show you the schedule in a minute, I opened up 5 spots, but luckily I don't think that's gonna be a problem. But if 5 kids showed up, I would only have 4 stations, and that could backfire on me. But anyways, so the stations that I went with was an alphabet station. I always do like a reading station in the other grade level, so I felt like this was more appropriate for what we're learning in pre-K. I also, instead of a math station, I really focused it in on a number station, even though one of the activities is addition. And then I did a calendar station because we do calendar every single day, and there's a lot of skills in our calendar that they're gonna show off to their families. And then finally, I did the growth station. In kindergarten and first grade, I've also done like a goal station and a behavior station and things like that, but I just wanted to keep it super simple since we are pre-K. So let's see. We'll start here with the alphabet station. So what my plan is I'm gonna have these little cards set up at the little stations. I'm also going to have signs set up. As you can see, I did decide to differentiate it because not all my students are able to do the same alphabet tasks, and I want this to show the parents what they can do. You know, we're basically showing off how great they're doing. For the alphabet station, I divided every station into colored groups. We have the blue group here, and they are going to match uppercase letters. Then the green group, this is basically like the low, medium, high. Green group is going to match uppercase and lowercase letters, and then my red group has matching beginning sounds. How the families and the kids will know what station they are going to do is my parent help form. Every parent that comes in, I have the name up here, so I hit it. I will hand the parent this form, and they get to choose which station they want to go to, basically which one's open at that time. And they have the dot at the top of what color bucket they're gonna do. I know this is kind of all over the place, but I'm trying to make it as clear as possible. Sounds crazy, but it's really easy. So at the alphabet station, I will have this posted, and then I will have a green, a blue, and a red bucket. And based on the dot, that's the bucket that they're gonna take. And it just says what the goal of the station is, to play the ABC game, encourage your child to say the letters and sounds while they are matching. So it just gives the parents a little bit of help of what they need to do to help their student if they have a kid that maybe isn't gonna talk as much. All right, so coming over here, like I said, they're sorted by color. So this is the green, and on the green it says matching uppercase to lowercase. So I had this game. You could put any game in here. We've done this game before. I know they know how to do it. That's why I put it in here. So it says uppercase letter sort, which is the same as the blue bucket, but what I changed is I put the lowercase plastic letters in. So they are going to say G and find the G. And so that's simple. It's so easy, but they are gonna show their parents what they know. Then for the blue one, it's the same mat, but I put the uppercase letters in. So that one's the blue group. I should switch these so you guys can see the levels. Blue, and then green, and then red. So for red, it's one of these Lakeshore, pretty sure it's Lakeshore, yeah, alphabet matchup. And I showed the kids today on the rug, you're gonna lay out all the letters on the table, and then you're gonna pick up a picture and say, jelly bean, J. Then you're gonna look on the table and find the match. So I might do this one on the rug, actually. I haven't really decided where my stations are gonna be, but they're gonna need some room for this one. So I showed them how to set it up, and then obviously they're gonna be with an adult, so hopefully the adult will also set it up, and I am available to walk around and help out if I see any trouble. All right, so blue, green, red. Then the next station is the number station, and it's the same concept with the buckets. So for the blue group, they're gonna do a numbers 1 through 6 roll and cover. Green group is gonna do a puzzle match, and the red group is doing a bug addition game. And on the number station parent, it just says the goal is to help your child play the number game, encourage them to say their numbers. Okay, so blue group, this is the game. We've already played this game in small groups, so they are very familiar with it. We went over it again today during our morning meeting. They're gonna roll the dice, take turns with their parents, use these little watermelons to cover it. They're just gonna be counting for their parents. They're gonna be showing that they can recognize those numbers. The middle group is a puzzle. We showed them to spread them all out. They're gonna pick up one of the pictures, they're gonna count it, and then they're gonna find the matching number. After they make all their matches, they're gonna put the numbers in order. And then this is the bug addition one, so they're gonna spread all the answers out. I provided some cubes if they need some help, and they're just going to grab a picture, 2 plus 2. If they can do it with their fingers, if they can do it in their head, then they just find the number match, or they can use the cubes to show their parents how they know how to add. Okay, and then I have this printed out. I'm gonna make an extra copy. I'm gonna put one on the door for the parents to see, and then one at my table so I can remember, but I just divided it into increments of 30 minutes. So it starts at 3:30, 3:30 to 4, 4 to 4:30, 4:30 to 5, and 5 to 5:30. And I have, like I said, up to 5 spots that I did on the Sign Up Genius. I should have only done 4, but it's gonna work out because I do have a group of 5 here, but I think one of the students might not make it because she is sick. Okay, so next is the calendar station and the growth station. For the growth station, we are going to flip through those data folders that I've shown you guys. They're just gonna talk about how they grew and talk about the goals that are at the bottom. So I have a student here who wrote her name. So she's gonna, and we talked about, you can say, I wrote my name. This station is probably gonna be the hardest one for them, and I'm going to be around the most because the parents are gonna probably wanna talk to me about this. But the goal is that it's not a conference. I'm not there to really talk to them. The kids are gonna show them. So this is very visual, so at least the parents can talk to the kids about, wow, look at all the ones that are colored in. And it just goes through everything I've already shown you a million times. So they're just gonna go over the chart on each page, and I did say, I said for this one it has a lot of words, so you can just say, here you go, read this. And then they're gonna say, whoop, here you go, sign here. So that station might need a little more help, but I feel like they're gonna do fine because we've been doing those folders forever. Then at the calendar station, it does tell the parents, you know, the goal is to show you what we do daily in our morning meeting, use the poster and of course the pointer. We modeled this today during calendar time. I'm gonna have the pointer available. The parents are going to ask what month it is. The kid's going to point to the month. What are the days of the week? They're gonna sing their song of the days of the week. What is the weather? They're gonna use their weather chart to talk about the weather. And then what are the class agreements? And they're gonna go through the class agreements. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's going to be great. I have faith that it's gonna be great. I do like to provide a little bit of like a treat or something, but I don't have that. So I need to look at my snacks. There's, I don't know, candy, Easter candy maybe? And just congratulate the kids. They're gonna be so proud. Student-led conferences are very powerful. And like I said, they're easy. They're so much easier. It's a lot of prep, but it's worth it. Okay, so I think that's everything. I will come back on later once I have all the stations set up right before the parents get here and just show you where I put everything and how it looks, and then we'll wrap it up. See you soon. Whew. So I tried to get on and record before the parents came, but I had to let my dogs out and all that stuff. So now conferences are over. I have about 30 minutes left of my conference time, so I'm gonna work on some stuff. But real quick, I wanted to show you how I set the stations up before I clean it all up. All right, so the parents just came in here and I quickly chatted about the paper and told them what the stations were. I also still have my dinner over here that I haven't eaten. This is how I set up the alphabet. I put the two tables together and the buckets were a little more organized, but I put the sign on the table. The parents had the colored dot like I showed you, and then I just had the activities. This went over pretty well. This is good. I can reflect with you guys. The only problem was that this activity took a little longer than the other activities, and so some parents were waiting to do this activity, but they didn't seem to mind. They were fine. The kids showed the parents around the classroom. Then we have the number station that I had set up here. Just put the buckets on the side. They were able to work on the activity here. I brought down the class agreements here. They clearly played with the weather chart. Everything's a little crooked too. Need a little cleanup over here. Clean up on aisle calendar. I put the sign and the questions. This worked out really well. The kids loved the pointer. Parents were really impressed that they knew all the rules. And then I had at my table the growth station, the directions, the folder with the name. They just sat here and then they signed the paper. So overall, very successful. Would I do it again? 100%. I'm happy that the games were differentiated. That was a big deal because you wanted to show the parents what they do know how to do. So some kids know different things, obviously. I would probably add one more station because I want to have that buffer so that the families don't have to wait. That if I had more than 4 stations with 4 families, they would have an open station at a different time. So I'll think through that and figure out what I want to add. But other than that, it was great. Low stress for me. The parents were all happy to work with the kids and see what they were knowing. The kids were super proud and excited to be back here playing games with their family. And that's that. So once again, I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Click that subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified when I post more videos. I will see you very soon. Bye.